Hello and welcome to the Intermission podcast. Sorry for the last absence the last couple of weeks. That was entirely Isaiah's fault. But it's the new year and we're going to get started off right, hopefully.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's. And Merry Christmas also. We didn't get that episode up. Welcome to 2026. It was not a good start for pretty much any of our sports teams. Let's talk about it. What are you thinking, Isaiah?
I think as a Mavs fan, it sucks to start the year off as another depressed Mav fan. Really got like a handful of games to talk about, especially since the last episode we recorded couldn't come out.
Yeah.
And I think that was the Utah loss in overtime, 140 to 133. The only thing I want to mention in that game was Cooper Flagg had his new career high in 42 points, and that brought him to like the only 18-year-old player to score 40-plus points. I believe that's what the post was.
Most points by an 18-year-old player.
Most points by an 18-year-old player. That.
Yes.
And then after that, really the only exciting win came from that Detroit win in overtime. That second back-to-back overtime win, 116 to 114. Huh?
Yeah.
Flag had another 23 points that game. But I want to fast forward to, I think Christmas week it was. Starting with New Orleans. Yeah, and ended with Sacramento. Really, that week, Mavericks should have beat the Pelicans.
Definitely.
I honestly don't know what happened that game. I felt like they had that game. Or I guess no. I remember. It was all the missed free throws that the Mavericks weren't hitting.
Right.
The Mavericks were getting good at getting to the line, but converting those shots to free throws, they were missing all their free throws. And I guess almost the same for that Sixers game before that one. They had a lot of turnovers, but they were still in a good spot to beat the 76ers the first time.
Right.
Even though they had all those turnovers. But those two games were really because late game defense just completely shut down. Not in a good way. And then the Denver game.
Yeah, the Denver game.
They won 131 to 130. Definitely should have won by more than 1 point. But again, defense almost sold the Mavericks that game. And I thought that was a bad thing to play like that before Christmas. And wouldn't you know, I was right.
Yeah.
Because that Christmas game against Golden State was horrible to watch. I don't even think I could finish the game. The Cowboys. The Mavericks ended up losing only by 10 points, 126 to 116. But the whole game felt like they were down by like 40 points.
Because that's how it started. The first quarter was rough.
Yeah. It was so bad Anthony Davis had to leave the game because he got hurt.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis suffered a minor groin injury, and he was only going to be out for a handful of games. That already isn't a good sign, especially with how the Maverick season has been going. And especially since I'm pretty sure he was playing these games to build his trade stock. And that just made it go downhill. And then after Golden State, they played Sacramento, which again, that I feel like they definitely should have won. But Russell Westbrook had his way with the Mavericks, and because of that, Westbrook moved up in passing Magic Johnson in assists, which is pretty cool. But he's not a Maverick player. The Mavericks lost that one 113-107. And I think the most disappointing loss out of this whole week is the Trailblazers loss. They lost only by 3 points, 125-122. Max Christie had the best game as of recently. He was definitely the hot shooter, and just the end of the game, they didn't give Christie the ball to shoot it. That loss definitely stings. It's just so disappointing now. What a bad way to end the year, and then a tough way to start the year. Because on New Year's, the 1st, the Mavericks lost to the 76ers 123-108. The 76ers game is the game that Anthony Davis came back. This game, he did not have a double-double. I think he only finished with 12 points.
13.
13 points.
Cooper Flagg ended with 12.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Cooper Flagg and Ryan Nembhard have been... they've still been playing well, but they just haven't been scoring as consistently. But, I mean, they're also still contributing in more than just scoring.
Yeah.
But also they're rookies, so I expect our other players to step up too.
Exactly right.
But now that all these games are talked about, I guess now we should, or what I really want to talk about is, do you really think with in the position the Mavericks are in right now, do you think there even is a chance for Kyrie to play this season?
There's definitely a chance. I don't think he should hurry back at all, but I mean, he'll probably be 100% towards the end of the season. It's just like, oh, don't play him when he's 80 or 90. Don't play him until he's completely healthy. But even then, I mean, at that point, I would say sit him, but players want to play, coaches don't want to lose their jobs or whatever. So it's hard to say. But I would say at least you don't rush back.
Especially after coming off an ACL injury. Yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool for Kyrie to come back. But the Mavericks really do need to turn up their defense. They got to keep their centers healthy. That's really all that's killing the Mavericks right now is they don't have a consistent center.
Yeah.
Derek Lively is out for the season. Gafford's on and off with injuries. So is Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Although I feel like Anthony Davis is kind of at least trying to play more games.
Play consistent games.
Yeah, try to be consistent with it. So, I mean, as tough as injuries are, no one can really control it. It's just so disappointing to see that the Mavericks were heading in the right track and then completely went downhill after that. So we were happy Maverick fans for a little bit at least.
Yeah. But now back to sad.
Yes.
Yes.
Back to sad. It sucks to start the new year off like that. But hopefully by the start or end of All-Star break, maybe we'll be happy Maverick fans again.
Hopefully. We're still we're a basketball team.
Yeah, the Mavericks are still pretty fun to watch. It's just the late game.
Yeah.
They can't really...
Well, that's not necessarily true, because I was about to say, like, our woes throughout the season have been a terrible third and fourth quarter. But these last 4 losses in the three to end the year, the Golden State, Sacramento, and Portland game was terrible. First quarter is what killed us. We outscored them in the fourth quarter, and almost were even in third quarter in all three of these games. But they scored 40 plus in the first quarter of all three of these games. Never mind, Sacramento scored 31, but they outscored us by a lot in the first quarter of all three of the games to end the season. And then we won the first quarter against Philly and then got decimated in the second quarter. So, yes, yeah, the issue we had throughout the season was a terrible ending to the game. But these last four games have been awful first halves, especially first quarter. But again, this Philadelphia game was the second quarter. They also scored 40 points on our 24. So,
yeah, I also want to say too, some of the bench players who've been playing pretty well, like Najee and PJ, it feels like they've taken a little back seat. They haven't been producing as much as or you know what? I guess I can't really say that. 'Cause they've still been playing well. It's almost like because no player can play as they can't score 40 plus points every night, or at least you shouldn't expect them to. And I think that's a bad sign if you're expecting at least one player or a certain player to score 40 plus points every night.
Yeah.
What I liked when they were winning games was that everybody was scoring. But yeah, also like what you said, it's because the teams we lost against have their guy.
Yeah.
So like Tyrese Maxey for the 76ers, he definitely had his way. The rookie they got,
Edgecombe?
Yeah, VJ.
He didn't have that great of a game though.
Yeah, but he's still been doing pretty good, and he's already a good distraction for every team they go against. Never
mind, I lied. I was thinking of someone else. He had a pretty good game.
And then Golden State, they had Curry. Curry's still their guy. Sacramento, I'm pretty sure their guys are DeRozan and Westbrook, if I'm remembering right. And then the Trailblazers, I honestly, like I said, Mavericks definitely should have won that game.
What do you mean? They have Danny Avdija. How do you say his name?
The Trailblazers?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, he put 27 on us, so.
Yeah. Whoever goes against the Mavericks, I guess will make a good name for themselves.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just hoping this is like a little bump the Mavericks are hitting.
Yeah.
I still feel like these are all definitely stuff that they can fix realistically by next game. Actually, this is all easy stuff to fix.
Yeah.
And with these next few games, I'd say they have like maybe one tough game, and then they should have a few easy games. Saturday on the 3rd, they're gonna be at home versus the Houston Rockets. I really want the Mavericks to win that one, but honestly, I feel like the Rockets are pretty good. But I think against the Rockets, the Mavs are like 1-1.
Yeah, we're 1-1. It's just what
so I'm gonna say
of the Mavs shows up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what sucks. I still expect the Mavericks to win though. I feel like this game is gonna be like super close.
Yeah.
But I expect Mavericks to win. Honestly, realistically, it should be like 50-50 Rockets or Mavericks. But Sacramento on the 6th on Tuesday, I fully expect Mavericks to win, even though Keontae George has been having his way with the Mavericks.
Right.
But this is the team Cooper Flag scored 42 points on in the overtime loss, and I'm pretty sure the Mavericks want to avenge that loss.
Definitely.
So I expect the Mavericks to play hard against Sacramento. And then they go over to Utah to play the Jazz on the 8th. And the Jazz, I feel like obviously Mavericks should win. I think Lauri Markkanen's actually having a pretty decent season. Um,
No,
Mavericks should be.
I thought you were talking about the Jazz already. No, the Flag got the record against the Jazz, not the Kings.
Yeah, that's what I said. I thought I said that.
Okay, then never mind.
Oh wait, no, yeah, you're right. I said it backwards. So everything I said about Sacramento, put that down to Utah.
Yeah. Should beat Sacramento either way, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Should beat both of these. Should beat all three of these teams. Or, I mean, Houston is a decent team.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, they should come out 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it all comes down to whoever's the consistent center.
Yeah.
Davis and Gafford have been, they've been doing pretty good. It's just that they haven't been producing as much. Well, I mean, AD came back from his injury for the 76ers game, but Anthony Davis can definitely heat up these next 3 games if healthy. And Gafford, I feel like he plays better with a good point guard. But what I like about those 2 guys is the defensive presence. So hopefully they'll be healthy long enough for these 3 games to actually play good defense.
Yeah.
And I feel like once they do that, I feel like the Mavericks will be right back on track. Still got to limit turnovers, still got to score free throws. And then I think they're like almost fully back on the right track.
Yeah.
And then we'll see if the Mavericks actually do keep or trade Anthony Davis. Even though I'm fully expecting a trade.
Yes, and it seems like everyone is. Very, very, very much. So many trade rumors. Anthony Davis out of here. Yeah, I don't expect him to be around the whole season, but we'll see what ends up happening.
Even if he does somehow stay out the whole season, I expect him to be gone by next season. Right. And it's not saying because he's a bad player. It's just because the Mavericks need picks and they need
something more reliable.
Player. Yeah, something more on par with how young some of the players are. And I think with that, that's really all I have for the Mavs.
That's all we have for the Mavericks. Go basketball.
Yeah, go watch the Mavericks. They've been losing because y'all haven't been watching the Mavericks.
It's true. It's your fault. Always. Okay, let's talk hockey. Hockey's not in a much better way right now. Tough run of form the last couple of weeks. Let's see, what was the last game I talked about? Well, to start off, yeah. So it actually started off on a good note after the one that didn't come out, right?
Oh yeah.
Because so we lost to Florida 4-0. That was tough. That happened. Then we beat the Kings, San Jose, and those were pretty good wins. Where am I? Am I in the right spot? I think I'm in the right spot.
Yeah, I think so.
Did I talk about these on the podcast? Maybe I didn't.
Yeah, we had that. I believe it was the 4-game win streak. Yeah,
we had a 4-game win streak that felt pretty good. We had at least 4 goals in every game and a decent amount of shots on goal in every game. And in the unaired podcast, I was like, I want to see kind of an offensive explosion in these next couple of games. And then we got it. And then we proceeded to do bad. After beating Toronto 5-1, pretty good win. Andre had 27 saves. Goal from Robertson, Steele, Ben, Bork, and Herkoian. Just some good old-fashioned hockey. Pretty good win against the Leafs there. We had a pretty rough run. We lost 4-3 to Detroit in overtime. got a point with this game, or maybe with the next game, which was a loss to Chicago, also in overtime. Casey DeSmith got the most consecutive points by a goalie, but again, it ended on an overtime loss, and there was an overtime loss in there somewhere in the middle of that too. So
I thought Chicago was a shootout loss.
yeah, well, that's after overtime. It's the same thing. So overtime loss, just
But overtime's better than shootouts, I think.
I agree. That's why in the playoffs they don't do shootouts. You do it in the World Cup though, because they're lame. Soccer's a bad sport.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not true.
It's true.
But the penalty kicks are a dumb way to end the World Cup, in my opinion. But let's talk about hockey. Yeah, tough loss to the Red Wings. You know, obviously 3 goals piece going into ending regulation. They had 2 power play goals. We had 1, or we actually had 2 as well. And then they score pretty quickly into overtime. Chicago is pretty much the same story. And then we lasted all overtime. Then they ended up winning a shootout. We had the lead, the last lead in all of these games, as in they scored last in regulation. And then we lose 4-1 to Buffalo. This one hurt. I mean, Buffalo was on a bit of a hot streak, and obviously we had just lost 2 overtime ones in a row, but wasn't expecting to lose this way, especially because Maverick Bork scored 15 seconds into the game, and then we proceeded to have 59 minutes of not a single goal going in. We had a decent amount of shots on goal, but boy howdy, there's some stuff is off. There's some offness going on. Real like miscommunications. Feels like we have, like I said, we had a respectable number of shots on goal, 30 or 31. So it's not necessarily like we're not getting shots off, but definitely in the middle of the ice, transitioning our passes. There's some sort of lack of communication going on, lack of chemistry. There's some sort of issue going on with the team there. It feels like, and then that proceeded into our loss against the Blackhawks, who the Blackhawks are not a good team, and we lost 2 games to them in the last 4 games. We lose 4-3, and the Blackhawks had the lead for almost the entire game. Gave up 2 power play goals in this game as well. And it's just, again, more of the same. We had a decent amount of shots on goal in this game as well. 25 shots on goal against their 21. So we had more shots on goal than them. Otter let in some goals, but you could feel like there's something not clicking exactly as it has been when we were performing at our best.
Yeah. Also, with the podcast that wasn't able to come out, was that whenever we had all those injuries?
Yes, I mean we've had injuries all season.
Well, yeah, but like the more,
I mean, no.
I guess the more
this last week it was really only Sagan and Bischel who have been out for the majority of the season. Hint is healthy.
Oh, he's back healthy now?
Yeah, he's been healthy.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if that was the last episode that couldn't come out.
I feel like more than anything, it's just like our mishmash of players. I don't know. We can't figure out our lines.
Maybe they're hitting a rough spot too, like the Mavericks.
Yeah. Just these last couple of games, there's been some communication errors, lack of chemistry against teams we absolutely should have beat. Absolutely should have beat Buffalo. Absolutely should have beat Chicago. But again, Buffalo had won, I think, eight in a row. We were their 9th in a row. So Buffalo was on a good run, but definitely that Chicago game hurts. At least the other two we took into overtime. We got a point. They ended up winning overtime, which obviously we don't want. We don't want to be a team that loses in overtime because then you're just a team that loses in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely need to get fixed on that stuff. Still second in the league, still second in the Western, but you know, the Red Wings, the Lightning are pretty much right there behind us in total standings. And so are the Wild and Colorado starting to pull away. We gotta get some wins going. Gotta get some wins coming back up. And it's really just about playing consistent defense and making sure our shots land. Again, we had a decent amount of shots on goal. Again, in these losses we had 3 goals, 1 goal. That's the one that hurt, and 3 goals. So we were not doing bad offensively. This was a bit of a defensive failure, but again, that's part of that, just failure to communicate. And then our goalies, just historically, Otter and DeSmith have their off days sometimes, which is rough, but you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And they do take a 3-game break.
Mm-hmm.
Or a 3-day break, not 3-game.
Let me do some little math here.
So still a tough way to start the new year.
Absolutely tough way to start the new year.
Definitely a tough way to end the year. Last year.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like much like the Mavericks.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like their problems could almost, if not as easily, could definitely be fixed by the next 2 games.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just got to be getting back to what we're good at.
Mm-hmm.
We played a little sloppy. I think every game these last 4 games, these last 4 losses, gave them at least 3 power play goals. Maybe actually against Buffalo they only had 2, but they scored on both of them. I think. No, never mind. They didn't score on either of them. But yeah, that loss to Buffalo was bad. But our other game, we gave up at least 2 power plays in every game. Gave up 3 in all the ones except for Buffalo. So just got to be a little bit more disciplined there. But yeah, it's definitely fixable. It's just got to get back, return to form.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure our lines feel comfortable with each other. Make sure our goalies are communicating well with the defense. All that jazz.
Yeah, and with how good the Stars are, I'm almost fully expecting a turnaround these next few games.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because the Stars are really good.
We are extremely good. So we'll be there. We're getting back. We just got to get back on it. And again, especially because we ended that this last Chicago loss on a good note, scoring 2 goals in the last 5 minutes, trying to get back into the game. So hoping that's indicative of the week that's to come against Montreal, a pretty good team. They with a decent goalie. So definitely winnable, but not a cakewalk at all. It's here in Dallas. We're historically good here. You know, Habs have a pretty good offense, but their defense is a little lackadaisical. We're better than them in almost every stat. Absolutely. If we get a power play, we should be able to bury it. They're at least get a decent amount of shots on goal. They struggle on power play, so definitely should be able to beat the Habs. Carolina is a really good team. This one's going to be a dogfight. It's in Carolina. This one, honestly, I'd say is a toss-up. I think it depends on special teams, honestly. If we take too many penalties, then they might end up trouncing us there. But again, we're the team that can beat literally everyone in the league. We're the second best team in the league, record wise, point wise. So it's just all about whether or not we can execute against the Capitals. Same thing, tough team. They have their good days, they have their bad days, but they're generally speaking a really good team. But again, a team we can beat absolutely, better than them in most stats. San Jose is next week. But yeah, so I say a pretty tough week in terms of opponent levels. I think we should win at least 2 of these games, especially against the Habs. I think the Habs should be a win. And I'll say the Hurricanes and the Capitals could be maybe a toss-up. We might win one, we might lose one. We'll see. But I just want to see a little bit more focused defense. I want to try to limit their goals a little bit here.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
And make sure we do get decent shots on goal. And again, I think we could beat all these teams. Definitely shouldn't lose to all these teams. Cannot keep the loss streak going. I think, especially this Canadian game, should be a win.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially since the last time I can see that the Stars played them, they beat them 7-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also the last time Stars had a 4-game losing streak, they didn't lose 5 in a row.
Yeah, that was early in the season.
Yeah. Still didn't lose 5 though, so.
Nope. We lost those to some bad teams too. Columbus, LA. No, LA's decent this year. I mean, they're not good, but they're not terrible. But Columbus? Yeah. So.
Yeah, and then same with Carolina from what I can see. Last time we played them, they won, or Stars won 3-2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these next 2 games of the week, they can turn it around.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And then, like you
we're
said,
going to be on the road for the next 7 games, so.
Oh, yeah.
Let's start this road trip after the Habs game. We're going to be on the road for 7 games, so let's beat the Habs, leave home on a good note, and have a good road trip. That's what I want to see. Any news? Jason Robertson snubbed from the U.S. Olympic team. We got 4 Finland players on the Olympic team. Wyatt Johnston snubbed from the Canadian team, but Thomas Harley made the Canadian team. Ottinger made the U.S. team. So, good. Go Stars.
Yeah, it's pretty
Jason
cool.
Robertson snubbed, though, dude. He's like leads all the stats. Top 3 at least. But yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Anything else?
Stars are good.
Stars are good. We'll get back on it. I'm not too worried. It's just a little bit bad run.
Yeah.
Like you said, we lost 4 games in a row earlier this season. And we lost those worse because I don't think a single one of those was an overtime loss. Didn't even get points out of those games. So, we'll get back on the horse and, win the race.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the saying? Is that the...
No.
But yeah, I think that's all I got for hockey.
All you got?
That's all I got.
All right, because now we got some stuff for... We're not really a handful.
The Dallas Renegades.
Oh, yeah. Them 2. The Renegades. Really only one thing to talk about. Right?
Yeah, but let's talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
The Renegades, I don't know if it was on the podcast or not, or if it's on the one that wasn't able to come out, but our head coach retired. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh.
Our head coach retired. And we finally signed, or a new head coach signed with us. It is Rick Neuheisel, who has had a pretty good career, a pretty decent career, bouncing between college and the NFL as an assistant coach. Let's see here. He played with the San Antonio Gunslingers for a little while, then as a NCAA head coach, had an 87 and 59 career, playing for Colorado, Washington, and the UCLA. And then was a Ravens assistant coach in 2005 to 2007. And has been the head coach of the Arizona Hotshots for a little while. And now he's coming here. So he's a guy that, he's been around football his whole life. And we'll see how he ends up doing. He isn't Andy Reid.
But, yeah, but I mean, pretty cool sign. Been bouncing from NFL to college.
Mm-hmm.
He's gotta know some stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, he had a positive record as a head coach in college, which isn't easy to do.
Mm-hmm. And then based off of the fans' reactions, people are like really happy that he's part of the Renegades.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really good sign. So I'm excited to see what he's able to do with the new group of players that are on the Renegades.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this Renegade season is going to be really fun to watch now.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's an exciting hire, and we'll see how it goes. But I like it a lot. Dallas Renegades. Is there any Rangers or Wings news?
The Wings, not really. I haven't heard much from the Wings at all.
Yeah, me neither. We had a couple of signings with the Rangers. We signed freaking Danny Jansen, to be our other catcher with Higashioka. We signed a couple of pitchers that I'm blanking on their name. The big thing, though, is the people we lost. Obviously, Merrill Kelly's going to the Diamondbacks again, and then Andrew Heaney retired, and who's the other one? Tyler Mahle signed with a different team. I'm forgetting who right now. But not the Rangers, that's for sure. So pretty big hits to what was our really great pitching staff. We'll see if we can find any good replacements. We'll see what ends up happening. But yeah, most of the stories about the people we've lost, because Tyler Mahle went to the Giants, following Bruce Bochy, I guess. We signed some minor league pitchers. Andrew Heaney retired. Got a couple of pitchers. Nobody big. We got Diaz. We reliever, which at his peak was a really good reliever, but his last couple of seasons has struggled. But he's still kind of young, so we'll see if he works out. And other than that, that's all I got. Nobody's super exciting. Yeah, that's the Rangers stuff. I don't think the Wings have anything. A couple of our players are playing in Unrivaled. Go Roses. That's my team. Because they're green. Also, they just got a nice uniform logo. But yeah, that's other news. That thus ends our other news segment.
Yeah.
And I guess we can talk about the Cowboys.
I mean, not really much to say. The Cowboys have been officially out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think especially after that Vikings loss.
Yeah.
Which I think that was the episode that didn't come out, the Vikings loss.
Maybe.
Yeah, Cowboys lost to the Vikings 34-26.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember saying, if they're losing against the Vikings, they definitely don't have a chance against the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
And wouldn't you know, they lost 34-17 against the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Herbert beat them with one hand. That's not true. He just played a pretty decent game.
But
And
hey, on Christmas we beat the Washington Commanders.
yeah,
So
Javonte Williams
I think it all
ran people
evens
over.
out. They had their backup QB in. They're like third string QB actually.
Yeah, and then well, I mean, the Washington game didn't really mean anything.
Nope.
Just a feel-good win for Christmas.
Just gotta, man. I really don't want our starters to get injured. Kind of feel like they shouldn't be playing. At least our older starters.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to get injured in games that don't matter.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what the last game is. It said everyone's gonna be sitting out. I honestly thought they were gonna be sitting out that Christmas game.
Yeah. But I guess it's a holiday. You can't have super terrible, mega terrible.
Well, yeah, but Cowboys were already out anyway. I mean,
yeah, it's true. Other relevant news before we get into our thoughts on the last game. Other relevant news: the Packers did make the playoffs over the Lions, so that hurts our pick. Also, we waived Trayvon Diggs, who was picked up by the Packers. So we'll see if he does anything for them in the playoffs. If he does, I imagine, I don't know.
Because he's back with Micah Parsons.
Back with Mike Parsons, but
yeah, I feel like the Cowboys didn't really lose like that much. Yeah, sure, he was a good player, but as of recently, he hasn't really been with the team that much.
Just been somebody that complains and doesn't produce.
Yeah.
No hate. I'm sounding like a hater. I'm sounding like a hater. Obviously, he played some great football for us, but last couple of years just hasn't been producing. And obviously, relations soured between the Cowboys and Diggs. So tough ways. But we waived him. Got about $12.5 million of cap space. He ends up signing with the Packers. We'll see what he ends up doing there with his buddy at Micah. Again, really unfortunate that the Packers made the playoffs. Am I missing anything else?
With Trayvon, no, I don't think so.
All right. That's about that.
We can go to the other good news though.
What's the other good news?
Pickens is now officially negotiating a new contract with Jerry Jones.
Yes, and it better be done within the month. If not, then there's some scary stuff going on again.
Yeah, and also feels like it's pretty late. If you ask me, I feel like he definitely proved. I mean, this whole season he's proved that he's a good receiver. But I mean,
you can't start negotiating till like week 13 anyway. But yeah, either way, I feel like we should have started negotiating a little earlier. But
because I mean, this whole season he's been doing really good. I mean, if we never signed him and those game CDs out, I'd say we almost, not easily, but we still lose those games. Pickens has been really good.
Yeah. You signed Pickens, re-signed Williams, and that's it. That's all we need to touch on the offense.
Yeah, honestly, the Cowboys need to focus on their defense.
Maybe get one more O-line depth piece, and then that's it. We got 3 pretty good tight ends. We got 2 great receivers, and I would say a pretty good wide receiver 3 in Flournoy, who I'm pretty sure is still on contract. Yeah. We can sign Williams, and we have some decent backups in Blue, and I don't think we're going to re-sign Sanders. That's his name, right?
Yeah, Sanders. I don't think so.
I don't think we re-sign him.
I think they didn't cut him earlier in the season, right?
No, he got injured. Maybe use Lipke a little bit more. They finally used him in that Christmas game a little bit. Had more carries than he had the rest of the season. Pissing me off.
Didn't he leave?
He's your fullback.
Didn't he leave that game though? I thought he got injured.
Yeah, I think you're right. He got injured. Gosh dang it.
So it's your fault you've been wanting him to play so much and he got a
Well,
concussion.
if he wasn't so cold because he only had one carry the entire season, give him the ball. He's a good fullback. Whatever. We could have used him in short yardage situations. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely.
Whatever. Dak is chilling. Our O line is chilling. Again, maybe you get one more tackle depth piece because that when we had an injured tackle, that's when we struggled the most.
Mm-hmm. And it focused everything on defense.
Everything is linebackers, cornerbacks, safeties, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you get one edge rusher in, but I mean, I feel like if our secondary is decent, then our line when healthy is good enough.
Yeah, we saw it against a handful of teams.
Yeah,
or against a handful of plays, really.
Yeah.
At times when our secondary was shutting receivers down.
Mm-hmm. Don't re-sign Kenneth Murray.
Yeah, no, don't re-sign Eberflus. Don't
Yes,
keep Eberflus.
Eberflus should already be fired, but Jerry doesn't like firing coaches mid-season, so we'll see who we can sign, but better not be Eberflus. I don't want that guy here. He made a thing. He was like, I really like Kenneth Murray. So I was like,
Yeah.
the heck are
Said
you
because he's a good
talking
leader.
about? I would let him lead from the sidelines. Give him the headset. Get off the field.
Yeah, that's why they said the other linebacker they got,
Dan
Wilson. Logan
Sandberg?
Wilson. Huh?
No, Wilson. You're right.
Yeah, Logan Wilson. They said that's why he hasn't been playing because
Eberflus likes that guy. It's like, what do you like? Use the better linebacker. Yeah, it's so frustrating. But yeah, it's cornerbacks, linebackers, safeties. That's what we need. And then if we have more, then maybe you can get an edge rusher, as rumors have been Max Crosby, but it seems like he really wants to stay in Las Vegas. We have 2 first-round picks. We can get some good defensive players there. They're gonna be like mid to early late first round pick.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have prime. There's a chance we can trade those for a prime, maybe them and next year's the second, and you get a earlier first round pick. We'll see what we end up doing with that draft capital, but we need good freaking secondary. We need some good linebackers. So we'll see what we end up doing. Fortunately, Packers made the playoffs. So.
Yeah. Like, as weird as this season was, like, obviously it's frustrating that Cowboys had a sucky defense.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say, the offense definitely kept me watching the Cowboys.
Absolutely. I think I like Brian Schottenheimer and our OC's Clayton's.
Yeah, not that bad. Not that bad for a head coach in his first season.
I think the only thing is, sometimes we were scared to run the ball in our red zone.
Yeah,
that's like my main critique.
Mm-hmm.
But they weren't scared to dial up long throwing plays. We used every receiver, Flournoy, or tight ends, or my only complaint, we didn't run the ball. We could have run the ball a little bit more in the red zone, and maybe with Lipke. But yeah.
But as you saw in the Christmas game, Lipke.
You can't blame Lipke for that. Hurt. They sat him on the bench for 15 weeks and then gave him the ball a couple times. You expect him not to get injured? Nah. I think we could have.
They upgrade their defense. Cowboys would be a really fun team to watch all around.
Absolutely. Again, all we need is a average level defense, and we're right there as competitive as the best teams in the league with how good our offense is. So
yeah, especially coming after the bye week, the defense did a little average, and they went on that 3-game win streak, beating both Eagles and Chiefs, even though Chiefs were like on the decline too.
Yeah.
And then they just lost it the next 3 games.
And they just lost the next game.
But the Cowboys are still
Promising.
yeah. Yeah,
For
it's
next
not
year,
like
look.
it's not like the offense did
Next
so
year
bad.
Is our
You mean this year?
yeah, I guess 2026, 2027 season. That's our year. All right.
Oh no, yeah. Maybe not this year.
Yeah. We'll see what ends up happening in the playoffs. Hopefully the Packers lose early rounds. Yeah. Talk about that a little bit more in the offseason.
Yeah.
Right now, what do you expect from the Giants game?
Giants game, I expect to see all our secondaries play. I don't know. I hope Joe Milton has a pretty good game.
Yeah.
If Joe Milton has a pretty good game, I'd say keep him as backup.
Mm-hmm.
Not that he's been playing like super bad anyway, but the time that they do give him, he does obviously have those mistakes.
Yeah.
But I'd say that's almost any backup who's trying to
QB.
prove himself.
Yeah, I mean that's just what backup QBs are.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we don't start again. At least our older starters. Maybe some of our younger guys want to play. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like if anything, this game would be.
I'd also like to see Jaden Blue play this game. He's not injured still, right?
No, I don't think so.
Well, I'd like to see him play. See if he's a running back that can do anything. Be a good backup to Javonte Williams if we keep him around.
I think the Giants will be playing their backups too, right? I guess everybody who is playing is their backup.
Yeah, they're already pretty injured on that side. So.
Yeah, they're gonna play 37-year-old Russell Wilson.
No, are they?
No.
Okay.
I think if anything, if the Giants play, I feel like Jackson Dart might actually do decent against the Cowboys secondary or second strings. I mean, although I want the Cowboys to win, I know this game really doesn't mean anything. But still, I want the Cowboys to win.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know. This game
is gonna be 10-3. Cowboys win.
10-3.
10-3. Cowboys win. I don't know if it's our second.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it's a second string and I already forgot the Giants quarterback name.
It's gonna be
Jackson Dart.
It's gonna be 21-10. Giants win.
It's gonna be 20-13. Giants win.
Is our predictions?
Yeah.
20
just for fun.
1-10, and Isaiah says 20-13. We'll see what ends up happening there. But Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Since we didn't.
Yeah. But yeah. Congratulations for making it to the new year. May God bless your new year.
With Mavericks and Stars wins.
Mavericks and Stars wins. We'll see how the Rangers do this year. We seem to be a little
excited to see
in between things.
Excited to see the Renegades and the Wings play.
We'll see. We got sports coming up. But for today, that's all we got. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like it if you did. Follow our socials in the description. We're trying to post more on our socials and also more edited content on the YouTube channel. If you guys want to see that, be sure to follow us. And we'll catch you on the flippy dip.